Hello again, friends. Clage back with another video. I've been posting up some Anji match vids of myself, and between that and the counter hit guide I did before, I've gotten a lot of requests for more Anji content, and specifically of late, people have been asking about the corner Oki I do with OTGing the opponent with crouching heavy. So this should be a pretty quick overview. I think this Oki's really good. I actually prefer it over Butterfly in the vast majority of situations anytime I throw someone into the corner, because it turns into a very RPS kind of game, but it's one that's skewed pretty heavily in Anji's favor and allows you to make basic reads that can lead to really good punishes and wall breaks, positive tension pulse, all that good stuff. So I want to go over it real quick. A lot of people are asking about it. They're like, is this legit? Are people just falling for a gimmick? And like a lot of Anji stuff, it involves the auto guard spin, which in it of itself is kind of gimmicky. But this is one of the ways you can really make it feel kind of oppressive. So I want to talk about how this works. So the basic gist of this corner Oki that I like to do is that anytime you get a throw into the corner, you just grab them, OTG with crouching heavy, and auto guard spin in. So this whole sequence works for a few reasons. One, a lot of characters don't really get a lot by OTGing in the corner because they're at threat of being reversaled. Anji has the unique ability to just say no to a lot of reversals because of auto guard spin. And so this creates a situation where your opponent has to choose between some options, and all of them pose a pretty high risk to them, whereas the risk to Anji is honestly not too bad. This is probably maybe the single best risk-reward situation Anji has in his entire kit right now. So I think it's really important to learn this because you can really fluster people, even very strong players, with this corner Oki. So I'm going to talk about how to do it, what beats what for the RPS situations, and how to adapt and kind of go through it. So basic rule of thumb, like I said, throw, OTG, spin in. First inclination is people who don't know what to do on wake up sometimes will just panic mash. Obviously, this sequence is going to discourage mashing in and of itself because you're auto guard spinning. Mashing means they're going to swing into the auto guard, and that's not going to be very good for them because, well, you just get to punish them for it. So if they mash into it, you just hold the auto guard, tank, you get to do it again. Same thing. So if they're just going to keep waking up and mashing, you can literally just do vamp, throw, spin, hold it, tink, throw, spin, hold it. It'll just keep working. So real basic iteration there. You'll be able to practice all these really easily by using the counterattack settings. If you don't utilize this when you're doing your training mode, doing your labbing, get familiar with this. This is an incredibly useful tool because you can get the dummy to do all sorts of actions after certain situations. It could be after a throw break, after a hit, all that good stuff. This is a really useful part of training mode. So mashing is already kind of discouraged because auto guard beats mashing, right? So what beats auto guard? Well, obviously throw. Throw is how everyone deals with the auto guard spin. If they see you auto guard spinning or charging Fujin or Ko, they run up and throw you. Well, the good news is that because throws are no longer one frame in Guilty Gear, we have a nice, easy answer to this, and that's if you try and do the same thing, hold it all the way, you get gripped, right? You're just waiting for him to swing into it, nothing happens. Well, the nice thing is obviously you don't have to hold the whole duration of auto guard spin, and meaties counter hit throws in this game. So if you get them conditioned and they want to start throwing, you just go like so. OTG, minimum spin, counter hit. Super easy. You get a wall stick, you get to break the wall, you can even use super to break the wall if you want the knockdown, all that good stuff. So again, just real quick, throw them, OTG, just minimum spin. You can tech the throw if you do it right, but if you think they're going to throw, bonk. Super, super easy. So now you've already discouraged their two most blatant options they want to do, right? They can't mash, because if they mash, they might swing into the auto guard, and now they're going to get at least thrown back into the corner, and maybe far worse, depending on what they mashed with. So the next thing is, oh, I'm going to throw. Well, if they throw and you meaty them, I like to use close S. This is a really good meaty. It's active for a long time, really easy to confirm off of. You can do whatever your choice is. I think this is the best move to do this with out of this particular setup. Just super easy to do. And like I said, you can confirm into Izanogi whole 9 yards. So there's your first two layers, stopping mashing and stopping throw. This also will work if you get them paranoid, and so they're like, crap, I can't mash, I can't throw, maybe I just wait it out. That's when you can literally start doing this. You just do it, throw them again. Do it, throw them again. You're going to force them to eventually go, I can't just sit here, I'm going to get thrown to death. This sucks. So the next thing you want to look out for, obviously, are real reversals. So like, you know, dragon punches, those kind of things. Well, yet again, Strive actually hooks us up with this because let's go ahead and grab the old big Volcanic Viper, the big DP. Well, the nice thing about reversal DPs in this game, guess what? They can be thrown. None for you. Super, super easy to discourage this. Really good stuff. The thing is, if you have a really good read on your opponent, you know you're playing a Soul player or a Leo or someone, and they're going to let loose their heavy slash reversal, big reversal, and you don't want to try and time the throw, even though this will time it for you. That's the nice part about just doing minimum auto guard spin. If you don't hold it at all and just mash throw, you're going to throw them out of it. But if you want to get a bigger punish, you can, and the way you're going to do that is you're going to do the throw, OTG them with crouching heavy, and you're going to delay canceling into auto guard a little bit so they have time to wind up and run into your auto guard. You're going to auto guard through the reversal, and then you can punish. There's actually a really nice punish you can do here if you have 50%. You can actually cross under them and go back in the corner. I'll try and show you that sequence real quick. So first we'll show you the first part. So you throw, OTG, delay, hold the auto guard. Easy. Goes right through it. One more time. OTG, hold the spin, tink. Really easy. If you immediately cancel into it and hold it, you're still going to get reversal because auto guard's going to run out. So you want to make sure you wait a little bit and then go. So when you do this, you get a really nasty punish on Soul because he lands from hard slash Volcanic Viper crouching. So you can actually do a really, really nice punish with just doing standing heavy or stand slash into crouch heavy into Ko. So I'll show you a full punish here. So, delay, drift, cross under. Didn't quite cross under. One more time. And they wall stick because you started this in the corner. 228 damage. Not bad. Not bad at all, right? This is a really easy combo to learn. So one more time, I'll do it for you. Throw, OTG, delay, auto guard. You crossed under me, you cheater. One more time. And I actually did the jump dust too earlier. You probably actually do jump heavy, probably a little bit safer. There we go. Just do jump heavy. That way you don't accidentally stop your momentum. 1 damage less, but way safer. So that's a super nice punish if you know someone's gonna reversal and land on you on the other side. Big punish. You get to send them back to corner and get the wall break. So that's super, super good. So we've talked about reversal DPs. We've talked about them trying to throw you, mashing. Another thing to note is if you have 50%, something else you can do if you think they're going to mash, if they're going to try and just do like a somewhat safe thing, like they're going to try and mash stand punch or crouching punch. That's something common people will do if they think they're going to be thrown on their wake up, because you can try and get through the thrown vulnerability you have naturally when waking up. If you want to be really cheeky, if you really think they're going to swing into you something, you can do the OTG into the minimum auto guard spin, and you can buffer Kacho Fugetsu. And you can actually catch them with the auto guard super. So, for that. And this is going to do a ton of damage because you're already at the wall. 203. This is risky. This is taking a big read. But if you think someone's really going to mash, and they're going to mash something that you don't get a big punish off by auto guarding through it, you can do this setup, and it's not too hard to buffer the timing on this. So, something else to keep in mind. Just another thing to use to stop mashing. So, we've gone over those. So, what is going to happen against smart players, adaptive players, is pretty quickly they're going to realize this guessing game on the ground of either trying to throw you, trying to mash against you, or trying to reversal you with a good reversal move is not in their favor. Well, something that's incredibly good in Strive is just up backing, chicken guarding, right? Because you don't have to faultless defense to block in the air. You don't have to do anything special. You just up back and get out of things. So this is what you'll see opponents start doing very quickly when you do this mix-up. See, the meaty gets blocked. And if you throw, it whiffs. And now they're going to punish you on the way down. So this is the first option you're going to see a lot of opponents go to, right? So what do you do about this? Well, the easy answer is once you've got an opponent who's committed to up backing and trying to get out of this, start air throwing them. So what you do is right back into the mix-up and go. When you land, if you want to repeat this mix-up after an air throw, I recommend OTGing with crouching slash instead of crouching heavy because there's much more recovery on the air throw, so you don't really have enough time to land and get crouching heavy. You can do it, but it feels like it's almost just frame timing, and it's harder the higher up you grab then. So if you want to make this sequence keep going, if you get someone who's just going to be obstinate and they're going to up back against every time you do this, well, you can just keep repeating this. Grab, OTG, grab, OTG. Same thing. Repeats into itself. So we have a way to stop up backing. What's the next layer that's going to happen? Well, now they're going to up back and they're going to try and air throw you. So the nice thing you can do with the counterattack settings is you can even record your own custom things. What I've recorded the dummy here to do with Soul is I'm actually going to have him air throw. He's going to immediately jump and air throw after the recovery on this. So if you watch real quick, I do the thing. He jumps up, tries to air throw, right? So if we're making that read, we think they're going to up back, and you jump up to air throw them, gripped. The best you're going to do is get a tech, and then they're going to have room to get out of the corner. You've lost your advantage. The nice thing is if you push them to this layer where they are like, all right, I haven't been able to get out of the corner. I'm just going to air throw this Anji because I'm so sick and tired of this. Well, guess what they open themselves up to now? Now meaties are good again. So now you've built the layer back on. It's back to Anji's advantage for doing this. So, very simple. They're going to try an air throw, punish them, stand slash. You don't even have to do anything different than if you're meatying when you think they're going to throw on the ground. It works for both options. If they are trying to throw you, just hit stand slash after you do a minimum auto guard spin. Like I said, don't charge this. Just tap it, let it end, stand slash. That beats both throw options. So as you can see, this works on almost every layer you could ask for. It still forces your opponents to make unfavorable guesses. And yes, sometimes you're going to get outguessed. You might think they're going to stand there and you try to throw, and they're actually going to wake up counter throw you. Or you might try to meaty them when they, decide to do a reversal that actually beats your meaty. That kind of thing. Like if you try to do stand S and Soul does Volcanic Viper, you're going to get beat. It has invulnerability on the startup. Something that is really important to note out of all of these things is there is a specific kind of wake up that auto guarding nor meatying will beat. And that is any reversal that is also a command grab. So Soul has a perfect example, Heavy Mob Cemetery, right? I'm going to auto guard through this. No, you're not. All right, I'm going to meaty him. Whoops, missed the OTG. Heavy Mob Cemetery will lose because of how slow it is on the startup. So this actually does beat it most of the time. If you mistime this, you'll still get hit. However, the main reason I'm talking about reversal command grabs is there's a character that gives Anji a lot of problems. You probably already know who I'm talking about. It's Mr. Potemkin. This is the one matchup where this Oki setup in the corner is not that great because you have to sacrifice a lot. Because Potemkin, if he wants to wake up and do... I don't know if I have him set, actually. 1 second. Nope, I don't. Okay. Nope, wrong one. Let's get... Put in a good buster. There we go. So even if you do minimum auto guard spin and try to meaty, yeah, you lose. You lose real bad in this situation. So, specifically for Potemkin, if you think they're going to reversal P-Buster you or try and throw, you want to do auto guard spin and hold up forward. You get to punish it. This makes the game a little bit less in your favor because now they know that your likely play is going to be to jump at them, and good Potemkins can actually read through that. But that's just highlighting why this is not necessarily as good of a mix-up on this character. He's really the only character this applies to. No one else has a reversal command grab good enough to use like this. So just something to be aware of. The other thing I want to highlight with Potemkin is Potemkin obviously noted for having a good backdash in the Guilty Gear series. So you might think like, oh, what happens if they backdash? I can't throw them out of backdash. And backdash with a lot of iframes will just beat my meaty. Well, not in this game. They just get hit. Backdashes are not good in Guilty Gear Strive. So backdashing is not a free get-out-of-jail card to this mix-up, as you can see. So that's all of it. That covers this entire Okizeme game. It's really simple. It's really easy to implement. You just have to get a feel for your opponent. It involves some conditioning. You're going to have to watch and see how your opponent reacts. Everyone reacts differently. The most common thing you're going to see is somebody's going to get thrown again, and then they're going to start trying to take actions to get out of the throw, whether that's trying to mash on you or up backing. If they up back, you air throw them. If they up back and try to air throw you, now meatying them gets a counter hit again, and it just rolls over onto itself. You're not necessarily going to throw someone in the corner and win for free. Obviously, if they have burst, if they have YRC, there are ways to get out of this. But this is a really, really strong mix-up because just the threat of auto guard is so deterring for your opponent to do so many things on Wake Up. It allows Anji to do something that's a lot more in his favor than most characters can do when they throw someone in the corner. You can obviously still do stuff like, you know, set up a butterfly if you want, but the spacing after a throw into the corner on butterfly isn't very good, and you just don't have a lot of options. This is a much more dangerous guessing game for your opponent than butterfly will ever be, because butterfly has so much recovery on it. This, you're in complete control. You can decide how long you want to hold auto guard. You can let it in quickly. The world is kind of your oyster on this. So I wanted to highlight this real quick. Hopefully it's going to be useful. If you have any questions on how this Oki works, let me know. And hopefully you can start implementing this in your matches. So I'm going to get this uploaded. It's going to take a while. My upload is still borked. Thanks, ISP. But I will be doing this and some more match vids. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that junk if you want. Again, I'm just kind of doing this stuff because it's really important to have actual archive information somewhere that isn't Twitter. I do want to point out real quick, I did not invent this mix-up. I actually saw this like week 1 from a Japanese player, and I went to try and go find who they were to give them credit for this, and it's on Twitter. So, of course, I can't find it again because Twitter is absolute garbage for archiving text. So, if anybody knows who that player is or can find that for me, let me know so I can add that in the description and give them props for it. So, all right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out, and good luck in your matches. Catch you next time.